do that now that you've had some real live game action under your belt?
It's just, still growing every day, but I've just gotten really comfortable with trusting my teammates and just with the offense. That was something that I had to get comfortable with, and I have, and I'm really happy with where I'm at right now, but still a lot of room to grow.
Athan, can you talk about coming into the spring as a leader, having some experience underneath your belt and knowing the offense and being able to play with confidence and not having to overthink things?
Yeah, it's really easy when you got a guy like Cole Kramer, who's also a fifth year, and he's been here for a long time. So just learning from his leadership too, just taking things from him that obviously I could take from him. Coach Fleck's been really helpful with that with me. Coach Harbaugh, Coach Simon, everyone's just helping me with the leadership journey, be more vocal, and so.
It's been like working with Coach Harbaugh so far.
It's been awesome. Every day it's a new challenge. Every day there's something else to get better at, and I'm really excited to work with him.
How have you tried? There looked like there were some times mentally today in practice where you might have struggled. How did you feel like you tried to take those moments and build on it and come back the next play?
Just change my best. Every play is the play that happens. It's behind now. You gotta go on to the next play, and ultimately change my best.
What have you been seeing from some of the new guys in the wide receiver room, the transfers, and then also Christian Hoskins stepping up from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, we got a wide receiver room now. Those guys could play. Spence could play. Christian Hoskins stepped into a huge role. I can't say enough about the whole receiver room. Those are my guys. I love those guys. So I'm just really happy to play with them. I just love all those guys.
Athan, have you guys kind of figured out your identity as an offense this offseason yet? I know in the years past it was a Mo Ibrahim run offense, pretty heavy, but what's the new makeup of this team this year?
Right now we're just learning how to trust each other. There's a bunch of new guys here. And we're just learning how to work together, whether it's before practice, after practice, and really just trusting each other. That's something that's that's going to be a challenge for us to be able to complete and just be a family. And that's something we've been working on. So,
I'm sure the answer is everything, but is there something, one or two things specifically that you're trying to work on this spring?
Like you said, obviously just up my game, but mentally become a better player. And I wanted to put on weight, which I have, but mentally become a better football player.
When you watched your tape from the end of last season and the reps that you got, what was your biggest takeaway from your play, you being your toughest critic, I'm sure?
I think confidence, and my teammates having confidence in me, and that really showed for me. Just being able to go out there and just have fun and not worry about all the external noise. Just being there with your guys, with the people you've had blood, sweat, and tears with, that gave me a lot of confidence to be able to go out and play with them. So.
What was your rate before, and what are you trying to build towards?
So at the end of the Syracuse game, I was about 200. 220, I think 220 is a pretty good weight. So.
Can you speak to the biggest takeaway you have heading into this year as a leader, and what you learned from Tanner as far as carrying that with you?
Yeah, when Tanner talked, everyone listened to him. Everyone stopped to listen to him. That's something that I've been wanting to take away, and that's something that obviously comes with time. But when he talked, everyone listened. It's like LeBron James. When he talks, everyone listens to him. That's something I definitely took away from him. That's something I'm still building. My teammates to be able to trust me and them to see in me that I'm telling them the right thing to do. I'm not just saying something just to say I'm telling them this because I care about you and I care about their future. So, yeah.
Any more for Athan?
What are some of the biggest things you noticed from the offensive line as they've kind of rotated the combinations this spring?
That they're aggressive. These guys are really close together, and the whole group. Especially from the younger guys. It's just great so far. It's really good to see the chemistry they have just together. And, if something happens, it's next play. Come on, guys, next play. It's always next. And they're just tough. They're really tough, man. So, got a lot of respect for those guys.
You had 3 different OCs in your time here. Is there kind of a through line of what you're trying to learn or take from each of them as you're going through and progressing as a quarterback?
Oh yeah, there's always something I could take from each one of them. Been very grateful for all three, but Coach Harbaugh for sure. I'm just really excited to be working with. Yeah.
Everyone all set? Athan, I'm trying to get to 220 myself, man.
Thank you, guys.
To bring to the room.
Those are great additions. They're already my brothers. We get along great. In receiver room, they're committed. They they challenge each other and they bring the receiver room up definitely.
What would you say their strengths are?
Elijah can play anywhere on the field. Definitely a great route runner. Explosive. Corey, explosive. Another great route runner. He got speed with him. So I just think we got a very versatile room.
What is the mission for you this spring in the off season as you look to head into a new year?
Shoot, go 1-0 in every game. And really simple as that. We always got our Big Ten West goals, our Big Ten goals, and just continue to strive for that.
What is the talk amongst the wide receivers outside of the facility about what you guys hope to accomplish this year? How excited are you guys about what you're going to do in 2023?
Goals always. We want to be the number one group in the Big Ten. We want to be leaned on at any point in the game, no matter the weather, no matter at what point, up, down. Come to us if you need it. So that's kind of our mindset.
When you think back about last season, when Chris goes down, you have to be elevated into that wide receiver one role. What are you going to take away from, as you think, from when Chris went down to that Wisconsin game?
Just the leadership Chris still was giving out, even though he got hurt. You go through an injury, it's kind of tough to still be always around and always have a positive mindset. But Chris did a great job of showing what it's like and being a leader, even though you may not be participating in practice. But for myself, though, just taking that next step. I was always wanted to be the number one receiver, and so just being able to take that next step and play confidently and be that guy, really.
Is that the biggest thing you think for a guy to have that wide receiver one? Is it just a mindset at this point?
It's definitely a mindset. You're number one. You're the leader. You gotta lead by example. You gotta lead by vocally, and you gotta be that guy. Mindset. Always throw to me. If you need something, you throw to me. So that's the mindset.
What have you seen from younger guys on a team like Christian Hoskins and Kendrick Lanier?
They learning every day. They getting better every day. Especially Kendrick, knowing he's probably one of the newest additions we got. Being the youngest guy, especially, I think he's doing a great job of getting the offense, and he's really learning and making his own strides. And then Christian Hawkins, the sky's the limit for him. He can play really a lot of places on the field. He's a dangerous guy with the ball in his hand.
What have you seen from Athan this spring compared to last year playing at the end of the season?
Athan definitely taking more of a vocal leadership role. You hear him more out there in practice. You can feel his energy more out there in practice. He's just really rallying the team up, and he's also leading the way with where we want this offense to be come fall.
Wide receiver play is very artistic in many ways. How do you approach the process of developing your route running fundamentals?
Like you said, it's artistic. It's an art, definitely. You got your guidelines, and then kind of once you become more of a veteran guy, you kind of get more. That's what it is. It's guidelines. You kind of be able to be more creative, and that's really what route running is. It's being creative, knowing your objective, and making the other guy go the wrong way. Really.
Are there any professionals that you take little bits of that artistic or the creativeness? Who are some guys in the NFL or others that you look at?
Definitely Odell. Growing up, it's always been Odell, but definitely seeing how Cooper Kupp, with his tempo and his routes and how creative he is and his explosion. But also Stephon Diggs is a great example. Stephon Diggs, get in and out. He's crisp with his route. He's always in control. So I'll say those three guys is really, my key watchers.
When you talk about the art of route running, for you, you're not able to get to that level if you're not confident in that. Can you talk about what it takes to be a confident route runner and to get to that point where you can be creative and not have to think about where 7 yards is and stuff like that?
Right. Really, a lot of that goes into knowing the playbook and not having to, because like with practice, your mind's running already 1,000 miles per hour. But in games, it's really slow down a little bit. But it's called a think box, and being able to really sort out your problems, knowing who you got to beat and who you don't got to beat and where the zones you got to sit in. But I'd say really just knowing what your assignment is, and honestly just having fun. I'd say that too.
Think box is an assignment thing, right?
Yeah, I think box is this thing that Simon kind of brought in.
Yeah. How would you describe what that
I'll describe it as it's like there's 100 level, there's 200 level, there's 300 level. There's all types of levels. 100 is kind of the base. All right, if it's 4x4, it's 4x4. You got to be exactly at 4x4. 300 level is okay 4x4. If the Missy, if he doesn't, or if the alley, whoever the linebacker runs with you or whatnot, and it's man. If he kind of zones off, it's a zone. So really taking that level into account and being able to, if you're open, stay open. So that's a really key point in route running.
Caught a lot of passes in your life. Where does that Wisconsin sideline catch rank for you?
The moment, I gotta put it up there, top 2, if not 1. But yeah, definitely just being able to make a play for the team. Really, it's a special feeling knowing how you impact the game and looking back on it, it feels good.
What was the toughest part about that? Just trying to ball track it?
Honestly, I mean, it kind of seems, it doesn't even seem surreal, but at the moment you just locked in. Like I may have mentioned earlier, but I didn't even know where the guy was. Like I couldn't feel him after I'm running the route and I'm just tracking the ball. It's really, like you said, it's just tracking. You're just seeing the ball and looking it all the way into your hands, and then getting the foot down too. So that's a big point.
Yeah. What does it do for a player to have the kind of bowl game that you did?
I think it's a big step. That was the last game of the 2022 season, so I'm gonna definitely use that to propel me into like this past winter and the spring and everything upcoming. So definitely a big confidence booster, knowing the statistic numbers I put up and maybe not having that many catches, but I mean just what I'm capable of, definitely.